Hola peoples. Good morning. It's just turned 8 a.m. here in Northern California, Pacific Standard Time, because you wanted to know. And I told you yesterday in our video, I told you that my attempt is for this year to do 2 videos a day, Monday through Friday, as best as I can. So I'm trying to hold myself accountable starting today. I figured we'd have some tea as I wake up. So forgive the puffiness. I woke up like about an hour ago. Um, yeah, yeah. So I am going to share with you a magical formula, an essential oil blend. As well, I think I'm going to pull a card. After I share the formula. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'll give it some time to click over and for people to join in if you think anyone will benefit from this. And this formula, y'all, I call it early riser, whatever you want it to be called. You can rename it, absolutely. Basically what this formula is a formula to, awaken the senses and help us to create and pave a better day for ourselves, right? So hopefully everyone's doing well. Good morning, Aaron. Hello, Marion. Welcome, welcome. 8 a.m. Pacific, puffy eyes. Well, hello, Beatrice and Nina. Welcome. I know it's not necessarily morning for some, but whatever time of day it is, welcome. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Hello. Hello, welcome. So yeah, let's get in. Let's get into this oil. So basically the formula that I want to share with you, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about each essential oil, but at the same time I'm going to leave some information up to you to investigate, and I will tell you I have another book I wanted to share with you that I use a lot. There's this aromatherapy workbook. A lot of good information. There's another one, and I can't even recall what it's called, but my friend who gave me this actually, Greenstone, um, she recommended it like 100 years ago, and it is great. It's great. So I'm also using this. This is specifically for like Young Living essential oils, but if you don't use Young Living, this is still a great resource because it does have like individual like single oils as well. But I have a lot of Young Living. I have a lot of DoTerra. I have a lot of others. I'm not, you know, I use a lot, but there was a moment in time where I use a lot of Young Living essential oils in some stuff that I worked with. So that's kind of what I'm pulling from. There's a lot of information there. So if you want to check it out, go ahead, check it out. So that's what I'm pulling from. Well, hello, Cheryl. Welcome, Amber, Mary, Amy, Anderson, Melanie from Australia. Welcome. Well, let me entertain you or put you to sleep. I don't know. So yeah, that's this formula. I call it early riser. And basically what it does is it helps to activate and move the body, the mind, the spirit. It helps to awaken, as well as it offers like the soothing and calming energy, because we know like we can be awake and like, I gotta do this. But I feel like in order for us to have like an effective effective day or effective at doing anything, we have to be alert, we have to be awake, but we also have to be chill enough to get things done. So the essential oils here, that's what they do. They help to sort of like stimulate, but at the same time it's calming enough where there's a healthy balance, right? I hope that makes sense. Well, happy Monday, Kathy, Estelle. And so, with that being said, let me just tell you the formula, right? Very simple. We have grapefruit. I'm looking at my notes over here. We have grapefruit. We have clary sage. I love clary sage. Sometimes I really love how it smells, and sometimes it's just like, meh, but it's still good. So, grapefruit, clary sage, sandalwood, and my favorite, Ylang Ylang, Ylang Ylang. So grapefruit, clary sage. Well, hello, Celeste. Hola, welcome to the party. Hello, Jade. So grapefruit, clary sage, sandalwood, and Ylang Ylang. Say it with me, Ylang Ylang. I just love saying Ylang Ylang. I do. I do. I do. Okay, so all of those essential oils, wonderful, delicious. And I will give you a little bit of information. Be careful with grapefruit. So if you're going to, obviously, if you're going to diffuse it, that's one thing. But if you're going to like use it to dress stuff, if you're going to use it to, be careful whenever you use essential oils. Don't just listen to me. Don't listen to anyone. Do your research, do your research and see, is this okay to place on the skin? Dilute appropriately. With grapefruit, it is photosensitizing. Had to think about that. It's early, okay? That's okay. So grapefruit is photosensitizing. So when you place it on, be aware of any UV rays and the light because, it can burn the skin. We don't want to be burnt. No. So exposed to direct sunlight, UV rays, grapefruit is photosensitizing. So just be careful. And with dilute, I think most of the essential oils today that I have shared should be diluted like 50-50, cut 50-50. Sandalwood, I think, can you be utilized neat. So dilution is like usually not required, but I still think to play it safe that we should, dilute our essential oils. It's just very intense. And depending on person and skin, we can react differently. You know what I mean? And so I think we need to be safe. And so yeah, every essential oil here should be diluted 50-50. Sandalwood is the exception, but I still dilute it. I still think it's important unless I'm diffusing. If I'm diffusing, then I don't. I don't. Okay. Got the photosensitizing out. Well, hello, Sky. Hello, Yoli. Hello. Welcome, welcome, Rose Thorn and Paula. So with grapefruit, I'm gonna go through all of the essential oils. I'm gonna list the stuff out, give you the magical stuff. This is going to be a video, right? We're gonna talk. So if you have any questions, feel free. But yeah, so grapefruit is said to be an antidepressant, anti-tumoral, however you want to say it. I can't. I'm just waking up. It's antiseptic as well as a diuretic. And I always pay attention to this stuff. Let me move this over here so I can actually I always pay attention to like the mundane properties of an essential oil, an herb, or anything, just because I want to know what it can be utilized for magically. So I associate like the mundane things, like it's supposed to be an antidepressant. So okay, so this might boost, it could very well boost like some good vibes, good energy, right? And so I pay attention to that. And when I pay attention, like a diuretic, magically, maybe grapefruit could be utilized as a diuretic. So I pay attention to that as well. And if we're making like an awakening blend, I think of this is how my process is. I think of a diuretic. Okay, it's moving stuff through the system with ease and grace. It's making you like it's got to get up, got to go. And so magically, I don't have to give someone like the shits or you have to piss 24/7. It's not like that necessarily. And so I think of okay, we're processing energy. So we wake up in the morning and we don't have to be like all, lethargic, like a little sloth. We don't have to do any of that. And so with that, I think of the energy being moved around. Like I'm waking up and I'm releasing any sort of like a stagnant energy that I may have picked up as I was sleeping or anything from the previous day. And so with the grapefruit essential oil, I think, okay, I can move this through my system. Does that make sense? Okay. And so oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let me share this. A blend of lemon, lime, and mint that I use near my bed in a diffuser. I got a rash. The doctor's first question was if I use a diffuser and citrus. Yeah, exactly. That's something important too, because if again, diffusers they release, right? And so you have to are they releasing onto your skin if it's so close? So just be careful, be aware, be smart. But yeah, So that's why those are the things about grapefruit. So grapefruit is also like very refreshing and uplifting, very stimulating. It is said to boost like immunity, and it's said to boost immunity. It boosts immunity as it sort of like calms and relaxes you, because it is like this calming, soothing, relaxing. It's interesting how that works. Like it will boost energy, it stimulates, but it also does so not like when you're hopped up on caffeine, you're like simulating you're crazy and you're like you can't control. Grapefruit helps to bring in this vibration, this energy, where it is stimulating, but it's also balancing out with enough soothing and relaxing energy that you can actually get the work done, right? And so magically, y'all take your notes, because that's what we're doing here. I'm sharing information so you can rewatch this and take your notes and write down like this is what this is for. So magically, grapefruit helps to get the energy moving. It helps to stimulate the energetic bodies. It awakens our senses at the same time, like calming and soothing enough to get work done. So again, I've said that, and I'm going to keep saying it, but it stimulates our vibration. It stimulates our energy. And it's relaxing enough to get the work done, right? And it provides enough oomph, it provides enough energy. I should be sipping on grapefruit now. Provides enough energy with balance, relaxation to work efficiently. And so grapefruit helps us magically to be efficient in things, and it provides inner strength. So grapefruit helps us to really provide inner strength, and I think that's perfect for like an early riser. Because again, when I wake up, I'm like, I don't want. I just want to go back to sleep sometimes. But with grapefruit, the energy is like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're getting our day started. We're good, and we're moving energy through our body and our systems, and we're gonna be calm enough not to freak out. Because I don't want to like scream like I just woke up. I don't want to do anything. No, we want to be excited. We want to, well, as excited as we can be that early. So we want to, move things going, right? Or make things move. You guys, I just woke up. Bear with me. And have the inner strength to persevere, to get through our day. Yeah, I haven't had coffee since September. Yep. So that's grapefruit. Now let's get into Clary Sage. I'm so glad that we only have like 4 essential oils, because this is going to take some time. So Clary Sage, I really like. And again, we do the 50-50 dilution. It's an anticoagulant. It's said to be an anticoagulant, antifungal, anesthetic, antispasmodic. And I'm going to let you, that's where it's up to you to look into those qualities, those mundane qualities. So it's anticoagulant, antifungal, anesthetic, antispasmodic. Okay. So that's the mundane sort of essence energy. That's one. There's a lot of the essential oils have so much more to them, but I just chose a few to align with our purpose here to share with you, so you can look into them. And so, Clary Sage is said to enhance one's ability to dream, and is very calming and stress relieving. I don't with Clary Sage. I don't. That's why I use an early riser. It doesn't make me sleepy. Clary Sage doesn't make me sleepy. It doesn't make me like, oh, I have to dream. It helps me to feel relaxed enough. For anyone who has like smoked weed, if you get that little high, and you're just like really calm and collected, and you just feel chill, kind of like that. So Clary Sage for me, it doesn't make me sleepy. It gives me enough sort of like calmness of mind. Well, hello, Jasmine. It gives me enough calmness of mind to sort of relax and pay attention to the energy that is presented. And I think that's important when we start our day. Again, early riser. I think that's important when we start our day, to be calm enough to listen to the information, pay attention to the day ahead, pay attention to whatever's coming to to us, pay attention to what we need to pick up on psychically, to see clearly, to have clarity of mind and vision. And Clary Sage offers that without stressing us out, because sometimes we can think of the day ahead and we can get so stressed out, and then we already project that into our day. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We need to be aware, but we don't have to stress out. We don't. And so that's what I like about Clary Sage and what it offers to this blend. And magically, it opens a pathway for the third eye to do its job. So Clary Sage opens a pathway for the third eye, for vision, for clarity to come through. It is said to improve, enhance clairvoyance as well as mediumship. It's said to help us. And I think that, gives us enough calmness and stimulates our psychic centers, some of them, our third eye, and our ability to connect with spirit. It stimulates that energy so we can receive the data, right? And so it opens the pathway for these things to happen. And again, if we're using this magically to wake up in the morning or to just awaken something, this is appropriate. This is really great for this blend because Clary Sage is really great for this blend to help with increasing our morning confidence and processing our emotional well-being and seeing things clearly as we wake up. So as we wake up, as we awaken, as we do these things, Clary Sage allows us to, have that confidence in processing whatever we've gone through, but not not go crazy and not stress and not overanalyze. And it helps us to feel good about the day ahead. So Clary Sage helps us to feel good. Clary Sage helps us to, align energetically, spiritually, and tap into that influence and pay attention to sort of the current of information, the current of energy that is coming through, so we can best make decisions. We can take advantage of our own reality, and we can do that, without stressing, so without freaking out. That's why we work with Clary Sage. So let's see. The next essential oil in this blend is sandalwood. And yeah, sandalwood is said to you could utilize neat, so dilution usually not required, but I still say dilute. I say be safe, be aware, and choose appropriately. So if you're going to if you're going to use this in anointing oils, then I'll get into that, Aaron. That's really good. I'll get into that in a second after I explain the formula. Yeah. And Aaron's question is, how do we use these? Do you heat them, wear them, just sniff them? So yeah, well, remind me, but we're going to get into that after I explain the formula and why we use our ingredients. So sandalwood is said to be as well antitumoral, antibacterial, antiviral, and it's said to be an immune stimulant. So look those up and apply that to sandalwood. And think about these things okay, it's said to be antiviral. Well, magically, how can that be applied? What does that mean for its metaphysical properties? Let's think about that, right? So when you're researching these mundane properties and aspects, ask yourself how can it be utilized magically, metaphysically? So sandalwood is very sacred. Sandalwood is very spiritual. And so sandalwood helps remove negative programming from the cells. It is said to help remove negative programming from the cells. And can you see why we'd want that for an early riser? Because we're waking up. We want to make sure, or we're awakening to something. We want to make sure that we have the best shot forward. We want to make sure we start off on a really good foot, right? And so, sandalwood can be very sacred and holy and make us feel really excited in the sense of releasing old programming. So whatever I process during the evening, whatever I process as I slept, whatever, any of that, I am going to release the negative programming. I'm going to release that which no longer serves me as I wake up and step into something that is far more fitting. Okay. that I can use that I can use to program something better for myself. And it can be grounding and stabilizing. So it's helping us to ground our energy, ground our footing in this world, as well as stabilize all of the different qualities of the essential oils that we're using. And magically, it can help with exorcism. It is known, it's associated with exorcism as well as protection and spirituality. And so that's interesting to me. So we're going to exercise ourselves as we rise. And I think that's rather fitting too, because again, we can collect stuff as we're sleeping. We can collect stuff, as we program. And again, it helps us throughout the day as well, because again, instead of attracting the things that may not serve us, we can use and work with the sandalwood in this blend to help, cast out, exercise anything, purge, and to protect ourselves as we are navigating our world, right? Does that make sense? And it also adds power to your magic. So it adds power to this blend, and it helps to invite like a happy home experience. And I think all of that is really good in a blend to rise, in a blend that's an early morning riser, or just to awaken to something. This helps make it a good experience. Like if you want to set out on a new adventure and become more like healthier for you, this would be a really good blend to work with to help you initiate that. Because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but when I decided to change my health and focus on healthier stuff, a lot of people, tried telling me all of these negative things. Like there was a point, not right now, but there was a point like several years ago when I really was committed to working out and healthy, and I lost a lot of weight. People were used to seeing me really fat. And I lost a lot of weight, and people were saying, "Oh my gosh, you're losing too much weight. You look sick." And I didn't look sick. I looked healthy. And there was like rumors going around that I was on meth and I was doing drugs because I was so sick. Yada yada yada, right? And so that's on them. And so this blend can help with keeping you true to yourself and knowing your authenticity, as well as helping you to exercise the judgments, the demons, the projections of other people. Right. And we can focus on protecting ourselves as we become anew. Okay. And so there's sandalwood. And the last essential oil in this blend would be Ylang Ylang. Ylang Ylang, again, is one of those ones that, dilute 50-50. Ylang Ylang is said to be, again, anti-spasmodic, anti-inflammatory, and anti-parasitic. So look those up. Anti-parasitic, anti-inflammatory, spasmodic. Oh my God. So Ylang Ylang is really good in love. It's really good in all sorts of love. There's sensuality, sexuality, there's unconditional, there's just all kinds of different love. And Ylang Ylang is honestly really good in regards to all of it. It balances like yin and yang energy. It balances what people like to say as feminine and masculine, but it balances different types of energy that we all carry within us, right? So it helps to bring a balance of understanding of yin and yang type of energies. It enhances spiritual attunement. It combats low self-esteem, which I think is really good in like an early rise or awakening type of blend, because it helps us to step into our confidence. And if I think of like just waking up, it's like, okay, we can boost our confidence with whatever it is, our daily routine, and this can help us really fight that low self-esteem, step into our balanced energy, and it helps us to increase focus on what we think about. So it helps us to focus our mind appropriately, and it restores confidence and invites peace. And I think that's a really good, like you can see with this energy, with this blend, the most like stimulating energy is grapefruit, but everything else helps to stabilize it and fine tune it for our work here. And magically, it helps us to harmonize with what we feel and desire and how to put that into action. So Ylang Ylang, I love saying it, Ylang Ylang helps us to pay attention to the different types of energies. It helps us to align with the energies and really feel it out and connect our desires with the different types of energies in our world, and really put into action what we need to be doing. So it helps us to prepare for our day. It helps us to prepare for the next steps by harmonizing what we think about what we're going through. And it helps us feel comfortable with our daily tasks. So it says, okay, instead of freaking out about what I have to accomplish today, I'm going to, utilize this energy, this blend, to help me focus, to help me calm, to help me work through and just get on point and just do the things, right? So does that make sense? And that's why we utilize all ingredients. That's why we utilize Ylang Ylang and Sandalwood and Clary Sage and Grapefruit in this blend. That's why it comes together magically to help us rise, to help us awaken, to help us. It helps us to feel good. It helps us to focus on a better feeling as we initiate into our world, right? And so that's why we use that. So how do we use them? You again, I tried to, what I did with this formula, our dominant energy, our dominant essential oil would be grapefruit, and then it goes down, 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 so we don't need as much Ylang Ylang as we do grapefruit. And so you can mix the essential oils together intuitively, but realize, like, your first, dominant ingredient is grapefruit, and the second would be clary sage, the third would be sandalwood, and then the least dominant energy would be Ylang Ylang. Okay. So you mix your essential oils up. You can diffuse it. I diffuse it. Sometimes I'll diffuse it in the morning. All right. Sometimes I'll diffuse it in the morning. I will. Another thing, just to kind of like diffuse it in the morning, have my tea. I don't drink coffee anymore, but have my tea, express, like, turn my music on if I want. Again, whatever your normal routine is for morning that makes you feel good, do that, diffuse it, and just feel really in tune with yourself. So check in with yourself before you start your day. So diffuse, call it good, tap into that energy, meditate, communicate with your spirits, your deities, ancestors, whoever you communicate with, but do a morning routine that is efficient and that is helping you to set the tone for the rest of your day. And then say your affirmations or project the energy that you want in your day. You can do that. You can dilute with a carrier oil. You can dilute this blend with a carrier oil. You can, sorry, I need to focus. You can dilute with a carrier oil and utilize it as a magical oil to apply to the candles. Like, if you want to open the pathway to success in the sense of being able to focus and have like a good awakening of energy to a new pathway, to a new adventure, maybe dress an orange candle with this blend, and light that up with your, not just intention, because intention is not everything. Intention is an aspect of our creation. We can focus intention, raise energy, call to spirits, however you practice, light that candle in honor of starting something new. It'd be really good to meditate with the Full card. Light an orange candle, open the pathway to really understand where you're headed and where you want to be, and your excitement, your new adventures with the Full card, journey into that, and dress the candle with this oil and light it up, right? You can do that, absolutely. And if you are, again, this is a really cool blend because it can be used for different things. If you are in a new relationship, or if you maybe want to spark like this new creative energy in your relationship, you could actually take a red candle, or if you have like a phallus or vulva candle, you could do that as well. You can use, or a figural candle to represent whoever. You can use that and dress that candle diluted with this blend to really invite a new, like, I want to be better in a relationship. So maybe I'll use my color, let's say pink, right? Magician. Oh yeah, I guess you can do that, but I was more so like the Fool, because the Magician has all the tools. The Fool is like carefree. The Fool is more like adventurous and figuring things out. So early to rise, and so the Fool more so because there's that type of energy that is excitable, and new, right? And so you could do that, but definitely take it into consideration for whatever works for you and make it happen for yourself, for sure. So what was I saying? I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Shit. What was I saying? I totally got distracted. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not, because now I don't remember what I was saying. So if you can remind me, that'd be great. I'm trying to think, and if you have any questions about the blend, feel free to ask, and I'll get to it. I'm trying to, but yeah, the Fool, if that's something that connects with you, or the Magician, if that's something that connects with you, you can. Okay, relationships. Yeah, if I want to be better in relationships, and I want to I want to rise to the occasion, and just have a more fun, adventurous experience, as well as just become work through healing and just be a better person in a relationship. I don't want to attract a better relationship yet. That's something different. I want to focus on becoming better for my relationship. So I could definitely take like a pink candle, because it's not necessarily about sex, it's about relationship for me. So I'd be like pink candle, yeah. And I would maybe put some sigils on that candle that represent like relationship, and becoming a better lover, becoming a better partner, becoming more of this or that. And I would put that on my candle, or write a petition paper, do that. Dress the candle with this blend. I would call, and raise energy the way I do, the way you do, whatever you prefer. Do that, and then I would light the candle in honor of that. And so I would honor the relationship, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, there's that. Trying to think of any. I mean, there's so many different ways you can work it, but I think I've given you enough information about each essential oil, why we use it, the type of energy that is being worked here, that you can kind of figure that out, and have fun with it. Let's see. Uh, So how do we use them? So yeah, you can dress candles with them. You can dress like spell bags or mojo bags, depending on your tradition. Respect, right? Respect. Depending on your tradition, spell bags, conjure bags, mojo bags. You can uh, dress that with your oil, but you'd also put other things in there. So you could use dry ingredients, other curios, stuff in there. Again, just you're the witch, use your creativity. So you can dress spell bags. You can even use the energy or the oil to, again, be aware what you're putting on your body, dilute, but you can use it to dress sigils, right, on walls, and places like that. So be mindful of that. You can do that. So there's so many different ways you can execute this. You can put this on a piece of like paper, right? Kind of like dress, write your petition, or write your intention, write your affirmation, and just allow it to help you awaken to something new, awaken in a healthier way to inviting energy into your world, right? Let's see, what else can we use instead of the grapefruit? Well, this specific formula requires grapefruit. I've set it up to be utilized with grapefruit, so it wouldn't be the same formula, but you can test other other oils out. You can test other oils out. Grapefruit, maybe tangerine. You can try tangerine, possibly orange. Um, you could try those out. Other citrus, lemon. I wouldn't do lemon. You could, if you do lemon, I would do like lemon with something that's a little sweeter. So maybe a blend of lemon and tangerine. But play with it. This formula specifically like utilized with grapefruit. Like I've worked it with grapefruit. And so I know for me it works, and so I share that with you. But if you want to play, go for it. Use other oils and see how that works for you. Yeah, you could use this on a new moon. Like, yeah, for sure. Like, if you want to, again, this is really great. To refresh and to initiate and to activate, to awaken something. It's not just for the morning time, but it's just to like awaken and refresh and come into being, right? Come into my own power, come into my own excitement. And so, you could do this during the new moon, right? Uh, and you can do this at any moon phase. Just make sure you understand it, right? You make sure the new moon initiating something new, or maybe I'm doing some shadow work and I want to have this new perspective on me during that time. Maybe I'm going to do that on the dark of the moon, right? So maybe I'll utilize this blend in the dark of the moon to help me with my shadow work. Or maybe I'm growing something and I want to have a new perspective and I want to wake up to it in a new way, and so I'm utilizing the waxing moon, right, to understand that. So there's that. So different moon phases for sure. Let's see. What carrier oil would you suggest? Anything that works well for you. Anything that works well for you. I have used what is it? Sweet almond, of course. I've used sweet almond. I've used jojoba. I like using jojoba, which is a higher quality. I've used cherry kernel carrier oil. It just depends. Cherry kernel I like when I'm focused on like Aphrodite energy, as well as like love and Venus type of energy. But that's just me. So you can work whatever carrier oil into that. I think that was fine. So, well, good morning, Pamela. Well, hello, Tori. So, any last minute questions? I think that, oh shit, I almost forgot something, y'all. I almost forgot something. So when you have your oil created, right, whether it's diluted or not, it's up to you to decide what you're going to use it for. You can charge this oil with hematite carnelian and selenite and aquamarine. Hematite I like to sort of like ground, as well as to like get the blood moving and pump that blood and tap into the life force. Carnelian for motivation, for inspiration, for energy. And then selenite and aquamarine, I like selenite for cosmic divine energy, divine higher vibrational understanding, stuff like that, as well as aquamarine for like soothing. So we have this sort of like blood pumping, motivated type of energy balancing out with divinity and it's like soothing, relaxing energies, right? And so we charge this blend because we want to be able to be efficient. We don't want to be overly energized. We don't want to look like a, Eeyore. We don't want to feel very lethargic. It is so dark outside and windy. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was raining earlier. No longer, but it's still wet out there. Sorry. So hematite, carnelian, selenite, aquamarine. You can place your oil boom on your altar or sacred space, and then grid with hematite, carnelian, selenite, aquamarine. And you can do that however you see fit. Like make your own grid, add other things to it, but you're balancing energies. You're charging with motivation, charging with like energy, like oomph, and you're also balancing that out so you have enough energy throughout the day or throughout your days to make things happen, and you have enough to fuel you, right? So hopefully that makes sense. um yeah. So that's how I would charge it. And then again, you can, if you want this, if you're making a small batch and you're focused in on this for like a morning, like to work with when you're waking up in the morning, to really help you just like get into the zone. You could charge with things that help you during the morning. Maybe you're going to charge with like oranges, or you're going to charge with different, these crystals, but maybe you're going to add something to it, or maybe you're going to do something differently. Or if it's geared towards like love, like you want to sort of use this blend in a love spell to help you rise to the occasion. And I don't mean like erection. I mean like just show up in love, and have a new sort of outlook on love. new adventure, and to get love vibration started right, because a lot of us, we go through like breakups, we go through challenges, and we have to process that. We process that, and so this blend will help us awaken to the shit, I am losing my words, y'all. Awaken to the possibilities of a new experience, a new love, and hope, right? So this blend can help us focus on that as we process the other stuff. And so if you're going to use this blend to awaken that, then I would charge with love stuff, like, you know, different symbolism or sigils that align with love. Can you place small stones into the bottle? That's a good one. You can, however, I would not place selenite into it, because you have to know the Mohs hardness of your crystals, because some crystals, first of all, are poison when you place in water or oil. So when they get wet, they're poisonous. So you have to understand the toxicity of the crystals. That's why I don't always, like, there's sometimes I'll put crystals inside of stuff, but I usually just charge from the outside because it's safer. But yeah, you have to know what's inside your crystal and the Mohs hardness. Selenite will dissolve. You put selenite in water, it will dissolve and shard. And so that's that. If you touch it, it could hurt, right? Because there's like shards, it splits, and so that can be a problem, right? Well, hello and happy New Year. But yeah, so just be aware of what crystal you're using. Selenite it dissolves, it shards, and there's some crystals that are toxic when they are placed in water and oil and stuff. And you don't want to die. You don't want to kill yourself. You don't want to poison someone else either, and so, or yourself. So just be mindful of that. That's why I just, I don't. Hibiscus Moon has a really good blog, a really good post on toxicity and crystals, so definitely check that out. But yeah, you can if you're not, yeah, you can just make sure that you're able to. Okay, I think that's it. I'm like, it's gonna be like a 15 and 20-minute video, and it's like 40. I already knew 41 minutes. It's fine. I'm gonna go exercise now. But if you have any last minute questions, put them down. And if you're watching a recording of this, welcome. And you can still ask your questions. I'll try and get back to you. But I am trying to do 2 videos a day, Monday through Friday, morning and evening. So I will probably be back. It is 8:41 a.m. January 4th, 2021, and I'll probably be back 7 p.m. Pacific, 7 or 8 p.m. I'm going to try for 7, but it may be 8 p.m. We'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like this. I'm not going to pull a card. I might do that tomorrow. I might do that for the evening, just because the time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that information. And y'all always double check, like, the mundane stuff for sure. Like, always double check. Listen. I've researched, I've researched, but that doesn't mean I know everything. Nobody does. And so always, back it up with facts, back it up with information that you can. So take into consideration all of that stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, put a thumbs up on that video. Subscribe to me. Find me on YouTube. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, all over. Just find me. I'm here. And if you have any special requests for future videos, comment, let me know. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to be of service and share where I can. I am a resource, so utilize me. I will talk to you later this evening, okay? Blessed be.